I said, well, that would, Justice Sears, Gerard Breland, my wife Tanya's here with me, and we're involved in marriage work in New Jersey. That would make it really easy. You wouldn't need any of the research if the judge could just say, I'm not doing it. That'd be great. No, it would be great. I didn't know if that's true.
You can do that.
Oh, you have to come back. I would have. I had a couple of questions. One with the children. Is it more of an emphasis, I guess, politically, maybe to emphasize the effect on children issue as opposed to, say, a couple without children? And secondly, have you thought about whether you could institute, we talk about the issue of Professor Doherty about, it's not, and Justice Sears as well, that it's not something you should enter into lightly. Divorce, that is, and something you should think about. And I think on the front end, in terms of entering into marriage, if whether sort of on the front you could say, there should be some sort of, counseling or education beforehand before you even get a marriage license. I mean, if you get a driver's license, you have to take driver's ed. So I don't know if that's, I know some people do it in religious context, but maybe if the states were interested in saying, we want people to really understand this, if that could be something implemented as well.
Yeah, we in Minnesota, we have an $80 waiver on marriage license fees if you do a premarital education course. A number of states have those. The state, I'm with you on preventing all divorces, not just with those with kids, but the sort of political leverage is around needs of children, and that's where we're starting. But there's nothing magical that occurs that the youngest child is 19, and now it doesn't disrupt their lives if their parents get divorced. So I really agree with you, but pragmatically, the first entry in is with kids.
Please, please, please.
I have to say that with respect to, shouldn't we be preparing people better and helping people have a better marriage is something I mentioned before. There are a lot of programs now, a lot more than they were, that try to do exactly that. In Oklahoma, the state of Oklahoma probably has the most. They have been working on this for 12 years. The governor's initiative, there are now workshops to encourage healthy relationships. I changed the name of them now. I forget what they're called. Two of us, I think. And people who have a relationship, people who are married, people who are engaged, can go to these and learn a lot, and they're free. And they are available in every county in Oklahoma. That's the most expansive. Other states have done little things, and there are these federally funded programs, and some churches are active, many are not. So we need more of that kind of thing, right?
I would just concur with that. I think, if you watch couples feud, or if you have feuded as a couple yourself, it is a huge. If you were to measure this as a component of the GDP or something, it's a very, very strong factor in terms of human happiness. And I just think you can make the very clear case that there are social and governmental costs associated with this, but the psychological cost is also just very large. And I think as a society, we really don't help people try to sustain healthier marriages. We just, I think, do a really bad job about that. I think what I would like to see is, given the long-term fiscal consequences for the government, just, an outreach to couples at a very earlier stage. My ideal is just an ad of a couple doing what couples do when they feud, and we know what that is, and just say, does this look familiar? If it is, and you don't like it, call this number, because there's a way to stop this, And I just really would like to see that ad out there. I'd like couples, when they're doing what couples do when they devalue each other and feud and all of those things, which is so repetitive, just to give people in our society access to say, this is not inevitable, there are ways to stop this. My favorite marriage strengthening piece of advice has always been, when I finally read in a book, if you've already done it 50 times and it didn't work, it's not going to work the next time. And when I read that, I said, wow, that's really profound. What genius. So I didn't do it the 52nd time.
But first.